Hello and welcome back to my channel, All Things Beautiful. My name is Sophia Roos, and I am here doing a review for an old, I call it old because it's almost 20 years old, as my title suggests. It's Burberry Brit. This was created in 2003, so it definitely has some years under its belt. Um, I, this is a perfume that I have worn for many, many years, and my sister Melanie, of course, is the one that kind of got me in onto this one. This perfume has a lot of memories for me, as most perfumes do, I think, for most people. This perfume reminds me of London, duh, Burberry London, but because this is where I smelled it on my sister for the first time, is our first trip because we're travel buddies to London. So I just remember, I think I forgot perfume or something. So I asked her if I could wear hers and just wearing it all around London. And that is my memory, is just traveling. And then after that, I got used to the scent, bought some. I've been wearing it since about 2003. And here we are wrapping up 2021. But for many years, this was one of my signature scents. There are a few years that went by where it actually was my signature scent. And as you can see, I have a bottle that's about halfway used, a little less than halfway, and my backup, because you guys, if you watch my channel, you know that I usually have backups to all my perfumes. If I like a perfume enough to buy it, for the most part, I have a backup for it as well. Not that I think it's going anywhere. As you can see, it's still being sold quite a bit, and it's 2021. So anyways, this perfume, why is it so special? Um, I have, I feel like the House of Burberry creates very safe uh, perfumes. It's very hard not to like one. I think there's a difference between actually liking one. So maybe I'll take that back. They're non-offensive for the most part. I've never smelled a Burberry that I thought was repulsive, that I would smell and say, oh God, no. Like I don't recall. I'm sure maybe there is one out there, but I haven't smelled all of them. I definitely have my favorite Burberrys, and of all the Burberrys, this is my absolute favorite. And it's the only one that I could actually say I really like. And there you go. That's the difference between thinking it's okay, smells pleasant, it's decent. Is it safe for a blind buy? Probably yes. Most of them will be. But this one is the one that I can actually say I like enough to buy. And that to me is what makes the biggest difference when it comes to perfume. Does it smell pleasant? Will you spray it? Yes, I will. Will you pay for it? That's where it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. So this is actually a pretty old bottle. I can't see a date on here, but I believe this perfume is from about, let me see, my daughter bought me a double pack. So it was a twin pack on a cruise that she went on. And I want to say that this is about 2012. So it's almost 10-year-old bottle, maybe 2013. So I don't know if it's been reformulated or not since then. I wonder if there's a date on any of them at the bottom. They could have been reformulated. I don't know. I don't really keep up with all that stuff, like reformulations and stuff. But this right here, if it's the same one that's being produced now, almost 10 years later, I love. This is the formulation then that I love. It's so these scents are a little bit hard for me to describe. I don't feel this is a gourmand. It's not a gourmand, honestly, but it has an element of sweetness, just a little bit of sweet with warmth, but not sweet as in edible sweet. It's like a soft sweet. Let me go through the notes. I do have it pulled up right here on the computer, which is why I'm looking up. And I will tell you what notes I can totally smell, because some of them you can, some of them you can't. And everyone's nose smells different things, picks up on different things. So the top notes are almond, lime, and pear. I think I can smell a little bit of the almond, a little bit of the pear. I tend to find almond a little obnoxious in perfumes. This one is not for some reason. And I think it's because of the middle note, candied almond. And the almond I smell is a little more candied, which softens that sharp almondy smell. And it has sugar and peony. I can smell flowers. I smell secondary lime in this. There is something a little citrusy mixed in with that warmth. It's got amber. I definitely smell the amber and the vanilla and tonka bean mahogany. I can't say that I know exactly what mahogany smells like, although I picture it being woodsy, a very woodsy smell, a little spicy woodsy smell. And it definitely, I smell that too. So I would say, what would I smell first? I'd say sugared almonds, a little bit of flowers. It's just not very present though, but I do smell a little bit of flower. I smell the amber and the mahogany. I think now that the more I smell it, the more it's like a spicy wood. And it's not spicy as an oriental. It's just spicy more like it has more of a character to it. The woody part, not a freshy wood, but I guess it's a little bit fresh too. There's a lot of things going on with this perfume. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and go back so that I can see what we're doing. And I'm going to spray it on my hand. That's a pretty good sprayer, very consistent sprayer, shoots pretty evenly. And yes, like right now I'm smelling, it's been a while since I've sprayed it. I don't use this every day anymore. It's not my signature. Definitely smelling the lime. It's funny how your nose changes, or it becomes unaccustomed to smelling the perfume. So it's like you're smelling it for the very first time, which I see that as more of a true assessment, I think, because it's been so long since I've smelled it. I'm picking up on the lime and kind of like the sugared almond, but again, not that almond like the Mugler, the alien type of almond, like that obnoxious almond, like the pistachio ice cream type of almond or almond cookie, like almond extract. It's not that kind of almond, which is, in my opinion, it's redeeming quality because I do not like that kind of, I don't like that kind of almond, like that raw kind of smell. Candied almond, maybe. I can smell almost a little bit of floral, but it's really, I think, taken like the amber and the cedar, not the cedar, the mahogany, which is a wood, comes in and kind of just steals the show afterward. It does, even though it doesn't list anything, it has a bit of a creamy scent to it as well. I would almost say like it has, yeah, like a whipped cream, a floral, almondy, sugary, ambery whipped cream. And it's very pleasant. And I feel like this is a great office scent, a great just going out to lunch, going, even if you like wearing cologne or perfume, going hiking, like you can even put it on for hiking, office, um, any type of gathering, conference or anything like that. What it's not, guys, is sexy. I mean, it kind of is. I think in the end, it dries down a little bit more like a skin scent, and it does have a warmth to it. And to me, the warmer perfumes tend to feel a little sexier in some ways, in my opinion. It does have a warm essence to it. So I feel like maybe this could be a scent worn in the winter and the fall. This really reminds me of fall, no matter what. Like I've never really thought of a season that I wouldn't wear it. But when I think of perfumes, a lot of perfumes have a season attached to them, but I wear them year round because I don't care. If I like it, I like it. Um, but yeah, it has a little bit of a warm weather smell, and it's also warm and kind of a skin scent. And I think that's let me see if there was musk in there. I don't recall seeing musk. I don't think there was musk. It's sweet, vanilla, fruity, almond, citrus, nutty, amber. I don't get a lot of powdery. Maybe at the dry down it might be a little bit more powdery. Vanilla and tonka bean. So no, there's no musk in it. And it doesn't really smell musky, but it's a very nice scent. I don't think anybody can go wrong with this scent if you wear it to your job, to an interview, to meet the in-laws. In my opinion, even though it's a nice scent and it's very sophisticated, it has more of a sophisticated touch versus a sexy touch. So this is not a perfume I would personally wear on a date to feel really sexy and attractive. Um, I can see myself wearing it to work or an interview or something like that, and it making me feel a little more powerful, I guess, more confident. But and who knows, you may smell it and find it super sexy. I don't know. I don't associate this with being a sexy perfume, no. Just that there are perfumes that kind of call sex or intimate moments, and other perfumes that are more business-like, or going to play tennis, going shopping, or something like that. This is one of them. So I do recommend it. And I feel that anybody who likes a sophisticated perfume that is not gourmand, super like foodie, candy sweet, this is a good one. It's very soft and rounded. Now the projection is, I don't want to miss out on things that I should be mentioning. Projection's pretty good. And I would say this, you need maybe 3 or 4 sprays tops if you like to really smell strong. Otherwise, three, 2 or 3. It'll project for a good couple of hours. I find it to be pretty long lasting. I can't smell perfume on myself, but that doesn't mean that other people can't, after about an hour. So I won't be smelling most of my perfumes, no matter how strong they are, unless the wind blows and it's in my hair, or, something causes the perfume to come out and then right back at me. But it doesn't mean other people can't smell it. So I find the longevity to be a little misleading to tell you how it is, unless I'm specifically testing it with somebody with me an hour later, 2 hours, 3 hours. But from what I can remember and what I think I've smelled in the past, is this one does project well. I do give that to it. The sillage is pretty decent as well. Um, I would say the average person would get a good 4 to 6 hours projecting. I have the tendency to use atomizers for all my perfumes, and I take it with me, and I'll spray this on at 7 a.m. and I'll respray around noon. I'll do one spray of whatever. Usually it's whatever perfume I'm wearing. It doesn't matter, because on me, perfumes do not last 12, 13 hours. At least I don't smell them. And the few times I've had people comment, it's always been, oh, it's very faint, but I could still smell it, but it's very faint. So very faint means it's time for a touch up. And that's most perfumes that work that way with me, those that have a longer longevity versus, I don't know, something like Hugo Boss Private Accord, which to me, I feel like lasts 2 hours and people can't smell it. So um, I would say this is a pretty good performer. And most people, if I'm considering myself most people, the average for me is about 4 to 6 hours. I need a touch up around noon, and I feel at 5 o'clock I'm good to go. It's very faint again. So, anyways, that is my review for Burberry Brit. Again, sweet, a little limey, little sugary almond, sophisticated, not sexy, clean, and very pleasant for most people. So that's my review on Burberry Brit. If I had to give it a rating from 1 to 10, I think I'd give it about a 7.5. And I know that doesn't sound very high to some people, but to me, a 7 is above average. So, and I actually paid for it. Now, I do have to admit that once these 2 bottles are gone, which these will probably last me for another 10 years because I have so many perfumes, um, not hundreds like some people with YouTube channels and that they do perfumes, but I have a lot. I may not repurchase this again. I think it's one of those that I like it, I have it, I'm going to use it, but I may not repurchase it in the future. So, but I give it a 7.5. So that is my review of Burberry Brit. Thank you for visiting my channel, and I will see you later.